Any other council comment? Councilman Flynn, thank you.
I would like to, I know you don't want us to, I'm going to. First of all, I think that the charter needs to be revised, and I know you have a list. The Congress of the United States of America votes on their pay raise. However, if they vote yes, it does not take effect until the next Congress. So in order for them to get their raise, they have to win re-election. Our charter says 30 days after it's presented to the city clerk. So if we were to vote on April 21st that we want to do this, then we present it to Katie, then on May 21st, we get a raise. We should not be allowed to vote our own raise. Period, end of story. If it's November 26th and the next council takes care of that, fine. We should not be allowed to do that. That's immoral, it's unethical, pick a word, it's just wrong. And I know the lawyer wants to say something, but this is my personal opinion. We should not be allowed to do that, because you want to talk about looking corrupt. You know, 30 days from now, oh, I'm going from $1,000 to $10,000. That's bonkers. That's just not right. Secondly, we don't have the money in the budget. We just don't. I mean, I've sat here since November. Everybody's saying there's this magic $5 million sitting in a corner somewhere, and why aren't we using it for streets? Well, if there's $105,000 sitting in the budget we're not doing anything with, by God, put it towards the streets. Don't give it to us. That's what you've all been bitching about since I got on council back in November. Now all of a sudden, you want to give us $105,000 a year? That's $500,000 plus, don't forget. We also get paid extra for committee meetings. So overall, it's going to be $500,000 in 4 years. How many special assessments is $500,000? It's a lot of streets that can be fixed. We don't need that. At least I don't need that. And I appreciate Mr. Richardson and Mrs. Doncray and Mr. Green. I don't think you were treated fairly. I will say that publicly. That there needs to be a lot more decorum in every meeting that's held with the city, not just that one. But I read an email sent to me over the weekend from Mr. Green and then words from Mr. Richardson this evening, which said, you guys are doing, and I'm paraphrasing, you guys are doing an awful job as council. That's what the email said from Mr. Green. You guys are doing a terrible job. Council is doing an awful job because, as Mr. Richardson said, increased taxes, special assessments, this, that, and the other thing. So in order to punish you, we're going to pay you more. Does that make sense? To me, it does not. Because my thinking is, well, hell, if I'm doing such a bad job and you want to bump me from 1,000 to 10,000, I'm going to do an even worse job next year. And you're going to come back and go, you're really screwing up, Flynn. I'm going to make it $30,000. By God, by the time you're done, in 4 years, you're going to be making $75,000 because you're doing such a crappy job. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you pay somebody more? I mean, the one woman that came up and said she's going to start recall petitions, that's what you do. If you're doing a crappy job, fire us. Don't give us more money. Who's going to be inspired to work harder? And thirdly, we're not in it for the money. I was born here, I was raised here, I will die here. I am the only one other than Mr. Bentley that was born in this town, and Mr. Stucci, I apologize. We have been here our entire lives. As Mr. Mackey said, we could have went somewhere else. We could have done anything that anybody else does. We chose to stay here for various reasons. We're on this council because we care about the city. Everybody's on this council because they care about the city, or they wouldn't be here. That you don't get paid for. If you put in 5 hours a week as a councilman outside of this chamber, fine. If you put in 100 hours a week outside this chamber, great. You're doing what you're supposed to. Ask questions of the city manager. Ask questions of every single department. Find out what's going on. Be difficult when it comes to difficult decisions that you don't agree with. But we're not in it, we should not be in it for the money. We should be in it because we care about this town. Hillsdale is the best town in the tri-state area. I don't care what you think. The one gentleman said there's nothing to do in Hillsdale. They've been saying that for a million years, but yet our population continues to increase every census. This is a wonderful town. We forget that sometimes because everybody wants us to be like Jackson. Everybody wants us to be like Ann Arbor. Everybody wants us to be, no, we're Hillsdale. And by God, we need to treat our town like that. We need to have pride in what we do. We need to have ownership in what we do. And paying us to do it an insane amount, more than any other town in the entire state of Michigan, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. If you're in this up here, sitting in one of these chairs right now, for the money, you should be recalled. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. We're not in it for the money. We should be in it for the love of our community and for doing what's best for the city of Hillsdale. And it should not be our back pocket. Thank you.